Welcome back to the LJL, and we have entered phase 2 of the LJL cinematic universe, apparently, as we put together with Middlecott and Nymera, and I am now joined by Beautiful Crow and Temporal for the last two games of the day. And I'm interested to see how long you guys can speak about the next match.
I was about to
Just
say, is it really
V3
the last
versus
two
DFM.
games of the day? This is going to be a showcase and then a real game. It's we haven't said those words yet. You must not say thou name, because game 3 is probably going to be a tie-up. It's going to be one of these two things. It's going to be our shortest game of the split, or it's going to be our dullest game of the split with no contention.
Exactly. Looking at it, oh man, it's just harkening back to one of my favorite movies of all time, Spider-Man 1, and it's that opening scene where he's like in the cage match. He's like, "I got you in here for 3 minutes, big dog." So we'll see how well V3 can jump around and evade getting their faces beaten in, or will DFM make it quick and painless?
I'm gonna put my money on the latter there, because first and foremost, the king has returned. Evie is back after his stint of unwellness, so full strength, full gauntlet power is up and available for the side of DFM. And is there even a theoretical lane angle where V3 looks better than DFM? Like, potentially, if Evie was there, maybe, because Washide is looked pretty decent, especially in the late game.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the Camille performance. There have been signs of life, and certainly a hole breaker up against Udapon if Washidai surprises him in the top lane would have worked. However, Udapon skedaddled out of there. And with Evie back, I think it is unlikely we see a smash through. If I was going to do it, if I had to be Plonks in V3 coach chair, that's the way I would do it. You try and empower your top laner and then let the four together try and not fall behind so massively, and then you've got a concrete game plan. Ideally, any concrete game plan out of E3 executed a little bit here, even if it's not going to do much, is a sign of growth and maybe better things to come in summer.
Yeah, just echoing on that, I do think, hey, Evie's back, sure, maybe we can try to make something happen up there in the top lane. I just really want to see V3 not fall behind DFM's tempo. Like, that would be, I would say, the only chance I could really have to maybe make this some sort of contested matchup, because, like we've seen it, DFM did just play on a different gear than basically everyone else in the league, and V3 they play on a different gear, different from everyone on the rest of the team in the bad way. So hopefully they can upshift a few and catch up. But yeah, just definitely play around that top side of the map, top jungle, see if they can get the ball rolling, and maybe just have the most sliver of a chance to, I don't know, sneak a victory in somehow.
This is actually what I was thinking about V3 at the moment. Obviously, they are completely locked out of playoffs at this point. There is no way that they make it in. That means that all bets are off. All pressure is off. Which means they can play they could play like absolute maniacs, do something a bit crazy. And while DFM, we would expect to probably be able to punch back against that, perhaps they just go that one step too crazy. And they can maybe steal a win in one of these last few games. Perhaps they do end up being the spoilers. Maybe they even prevent one of Sengoku and Rascal Justice, because I believe they're playing against both of those teams. If they take a win off one of those, that could muck up their chances of making the Juggernaut match.
If we want to go even more hysterical, there is only one win between DFM and Rascal Justice now. And if you take it against DFM, that is the ultimate in spoiler. That is the largest crime against the LJL table standings I could ever imagine.
You may be onto something there, Temporal. You may be onto something there. I do love a good shake-up in the formula, and that would be just exactly that. Oh my goodness, I hadn't even thought of that as a possibility until you brought it up.
Yeah. I don't want to too much.
It's not. Let's be real. It's not a real. It's not. It's more the most realistic of possibilities.
Yeah. It's the most hypothetical out there that could possibly happen. But yeah. So you're telling me there's a chance is what you're getting at here.
No, but if there was, oh my god.
Oh, I can't even remember where I remember this analogy from. It's like buying a gun from IKEA. All the instructions are in Swedish, so it just kind of blows up in your face most of the time. But if you
Put it
get the
together yourself,
perfect
not a great
combination,
idea.
get the Allen keys, like work out how to use the Allen keys properly, then it works and looks beautiful doing it. That's kind of V3 at the moment.
All right.
Instructions
can,
unclear.
Yeah, we'll see if they can tighten this one up, turn it around. Maybe, maybe not. I'm still gunning for not.
Yeah.
Right, well, we still got a little bit more time. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out a bit, temporal. The state of the league as a whole. We kind of touched on it with the fact of V3 could maybe play spoiler, but from a more realistic point of view, how do you feel about the state of the league as a whole?
It's an interesting one. It is less clear cut than I would expect going into our final week, coming up real soon. With the battle for sixth, I thought that would be the focal point. I really thought that, Axis and Hawks would go right till the end, but it seems in a complete reversal. Hawks are going to be fine, probably. If I've cast a curse to you now, I'm so sorry. I did that. And instead, the battle for second, much, much closer. Burning Core kind of recusing themselves, but with the Jesters, a massive return to form, and Sengoku putting the brakes on their slip. This is going to be really tight for second. V3 plays both of these teams. Burning Core plays both of these teams. And it's really, really close at the top of the table. That second place, all important. Even third, it was highlighted to me yesterday that maybe even though they don't go to the Juggernaut match, and I think it's not worth very much, the ability to pick your side in all of your playoff brackets may be quite important, seeing as the way the league is going, the way Burning Core plays the same thing every game, the way Crest are completely unpredictable, you can hold some of those things. You can make some of those things go your way. So that battle for second and third, important, but coming to not fourth, very important.
And wonderfully and eloquently, you bring us through the last little bit of time. Draft is now up and available, so I'm once again going to vanish for the time being. Guys, take it away.
Thank you, Breck. It's always a good time. The desk, plenty of fun. Bans coming through thick and fast, Crow. We're going to see the Zeri taken away, so no gaming from Udapon. Most importantly, I feel, Ebby's Tryndamere completely absent.
Yeah, they're not going to let the Tryndamere get through. They're like, look, we want you to, we're fine with y'all winning, but not that hard, because, holy God, that would be so much fun to give him that back on his first day back in. But yeah, I'm going to check out the Zeri as well. You've seen it pop up a few times, and a few teams have been playing it. I do think, Udapon gets his hands on that. That's just like, free real estate. But they're going to go ahead and grab the Xayah for dress code here. I do like that pickup and seeing it, since she did get those buffs, I believe, in that last patch. The crit build is back on the menu, does very well for her. And
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It does speak to maybe the theme we could already see from V3 as one of target access and denial. They have removed ways in which DFM could continue to access their front line or not be accessed. This is Tryndamere diving forwards, Karma with her backwards and forwards, the ability to move 5 people. And then the Zeri, who cannot be touched if you do not have a reliable lockdown TC.
Yeah.
In return to the Xayah, do you see the Caitlyn, which is a really powerful lane AD carry, despite the nerfs, despite the wave clear going down. She's still the fastest of all AD carries in the bottom lane to get going, to start moving around the map. And the Hecarim speaking to more dives. So DFM saying we still have target access. You should have picked some different things.
Yeah, and as soon as they say we have target access, Trundle's gonna pop up. Just deny. Seems to be the name of the game from V3 here in the first part of this draft. Just all the keep away, all the blocks. So, looking like they're gonna go for a disengage type composition here. On that side, and the Vex too. V3 do not want to play tag today.
More pieces to push away and approaching DFM. This Hecarim now maybe more relegated to the farm your jungle and just be a little bit strong than reliably pull off these full length onslaught of shadows to the mid game. The Lux here wouldn't be too surprising. This is probably destined for Harp in the bottom lane. Caitlyn Lux, the LJL special of this split.
Yeah.
Really, really lane dominant. game. You know, any sort of CC follows up into another. Lux's base damage plenty high enough to burst out something like the Xayah before she can take to the skies. And with that, we're on to our second round. Neither top laner picked up just yet, but with support and top still for V3, this can get pretty dicey. Removing some engage is the option from DFM.
Okay. All right. Yeah, DFM taking away the Nautilus. I mean, don't really think V3 was in the wheelhouse to pick it, as I do seem to be more defensive style. But, you know, having that support for engage is always something good. Although I feel like V3 might go for something more like a Braum or a Rakan here. And the Gnar taken off the table. Okay. Yeah, just standard taking off, you know, one of the most played top laners all around the world this split.
AB just clearly doesn't want to play Camille today. That's fine. You know, that's okay. The Nautilus taken away. There are still some engaged supports. The Thresh is completely fine for V3 here. You could argue the Tahm Kench. I think it is leaning too much into that defensive remove yourselves from the situation. 2 mages taken away here. Okay. So DFM's R4 mage pick. This should be going through middle. Slightly weakened. They won't have the Orianna to tie everything together. Instead, I wouldn't be surprised if that is an insta-lock for Udipon's... Yahorong's Rise. Udipon moving all around the map in my brain, clearly. Instead, she's now going to be on V3. They've got the Vex. They now have to pick a top and a support that angle together. Engage into the Lux. All-inning her when she's not ready is the name of the game. If you can do it in this bottom lane, we've got to see something like the Thresh. Blitzcrank has been done. Leona would achieve that nicely as well.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about that. The Thresh, Blitz, Leona, that trinity of engage. Very good there once Nautilus is off the table. Yahorong getting his hands once again on the Rise. This man is actually Houdini. So it's kind of insane. Like the insta-lock, when I saw like the thought, I'm like, okay, no Syndra, no Orianna. Oh yeah, he's going to go for Rise instantly. And yes, he's going to grab that. And V3 will round out their composition with the Akali pick. So
indeed, this is a bit of skill expression. It's just a little bit of a comfy blind. I think I do enjoy Washidai on the more carry champions. It's not worked out, but I've seen niche micro movements. So it's just really nice to see. And the freshly buffed Aatrox coming into character. That is harsh for this Akali.
Oh,
she struggles a lot into the Aatrox. That is an R5. It only took Ebby 5 seconds to say, hey coach, pick me Aatrox. I play Aatrox here. Bit of surprise to ban the Gnar away because it also has a decent lane into that, but this should be Ebby on some skill expression and across the board. I think as long as DFM don't just dive in and try and take the game too quickly, too early, they do have a decent setup here through 3 lanes to move the Caitlyn around and really play a nice, enjoyable macro game.
Yeah, Temporal, we were talking about how V3 from the start are like, okay, this seems like a pretty decent, you know, keep away composition, and they're just gonna throw it completely around with those last 2 picks. Oh my goodness, Evie just
yeah, that R5 was pretty brutal.
It's like, you want to pick Akali free against me? I don't think so. So
it is. It feels like you've doing the. You see me? You do this to me? Not at my house. Not in Ebby's house.
Like that scene in The Godfather. On the day of my daughter's wedding. On the day of
do this to my family on this broadcast? How could you do this?
Oh man, this is gonna be a fun one to get into as we do see the champions all on the screen. Players ready to rock. Yahorong on this Rise. I wonder how many kills he's gonna get. I wonder how many times he should die but won't die this series, because he is quite good at that. Absolutely limit testing this Rise, and Udipon and Harp in the bot lane on the absolute tear that is Caitlyn Lux, which is, yeah, like you said before, been very, very prominent in the LJL. So we know how that lane's going to go.
It is the LPL LJL. Oh, hello, we've come into a bit of a disaster. That's DFM checking this Bush's 5. Something else that looks is good at that level 1 sort of dance where bush wards and sweepers will stack towards the bottom side. A little bit of tension to start off our game.
Yeah, you don't want to get out the level 1 against the Kate Lux Rise. Like, oh, that one's about to be pretty nasty.
V3 all reset across the map, so no vision trade coming through in the top. There will not be extra information glimmered potentially. As DFM have said, you want to see me do it again? They will get the ward into these Raptors. With that, should have sight of Trundle. There is a very old Trundle path from when this ward was first popularized, and it has him completely go down the back of his red to dodge this ward, skip the chickens because he only likes single target anyway, and get into bot lane a bit earlier. That is a potential angle here if V3 spot that one out. I have to see Crow. Junglers both starting on the top side, so this bot lane clearly the point of focus.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna, hit that typical vertical jungle, head straight down in there. Bot crab looking pretty juicy once that pops up, and then immediately into this bot lane for a dive. Oh, it's level 1 going all in here from Hetel. And yeah, that's some good damage onto Udapon. Will be returned on though. But man, just
yeah, I like the trade of summoner spells. They've done really well there. Dresscode, you've noticed, continuing to get a bit of poke down and avoiding some more of it himself. If Hetel gets another angle, the real problem here for the Leona is that they often have to burn flash at this stage against the mages. It's a real shame. They do respect the level 2, but I think in another 30 seconds or so, we might just see V3 push forwards here. Oh, he's done it! He's done it, the mad lad! Oh, yes! All right, Trundle completely unseen. There are now 3 routes instead of 1. This Trundle could be doing. DFM will have to adapt on the fly.
Yeah, I mean, you do see there is a red ward in the tri-bush. So,
okay. All right.
Unica will get spotted, unfortunately.
It's not complete mind control then from Unica. Oh, he's going to scan too late. V3 will come forwards in bot. They gain position on the wave, but Steel is here, and this 3v3 could be a bit better.
Oh, Unica a little bit out of position. Oh, but they get the Zenith Blade right on to Harp and take him down immediately. Will be returned back in. Double buffs on Udapon. He's full health, full mana. He's free hitting. Oh no, Dresscode doesn't stand a chance. We'll trade 2 for 2. Okay. It's back and forth. And that's just...
Oh my goodness.
Buff transfers complete on both sides here. Temporal.
That is way more action. That is 2 more kills, and I thought V3 would get this game. Washidai is just going to walk out at top. That's complete bait. Let's talk about bot lane. Holy moly. The replay will bring us through. Unica goes a little deep. Steel takes a nasty chunk. Hadel and Dresco come forwards onto Harp. They have completely ignored the Caitlyn, which is a bit rough. Unfortunately, I think if they left Unica to go down there and maybe Hetel got something else onto Udapon, it could have gone another way, but instead, Udapon will clean house. 2 kills here for V3. A huge headline. DFM.
Oh, they're not stopping. DFM don't want to take that sitting down as they will get it. Unica still manages to make it happen. Flash killer chomp. Oh my god. Hetel is all over the map. There's the Zenith Blade. He ran into turret range. You're kidding me, Harp. Uncharacteristically bad moments. Hetel is a bit on a mission on this Leona. He's going in. Double buffed up flash coming in from UGO. Oh, Steel just barely living there. Temporal, we were talking about V3 playing because they have nothing to lose. Playoffs is not an option for them, so they're just going straight wall-to-wall action, and they have 4 kills on DFM. This should not be happening right now.
Hetel has decided he did not want to go to the off-season quietly. Absolute bloodshed. Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe not expecting this one. He is playing to the right side with his jungler, but Steel and Harp together more than enough to push out. Unica deciding bloodshed is the answer. The pillar will pull back Yaharong. That target access we spoke as the key point of this game coming over and over. We highlighted the only weakness as we see Unica just go down just in time to not proc the passive is that if DFM go too far too fast, it is too far too fast. They will fall afoul of V3's slightly better early game. Their basic cooldowns doing more.
Round 2.
They'll find Steel. Surely, don't take this fight, guys. This is too much. Vision complete. Oh, with the wave positioning as well. Washidai is actually favored in top now. I think we've got to the stage where the CS and XP lead now. The CS lead not quite there, but it will be after this wave for Washidai's Akali. Starting to get a little bit scary. Ebby will get the Hex Drinker, but now he is adapting to a bottom winless as Dresscode gets taken up. This will be the fight.
This is not necessarily a fight, maybe a beatdown or
Yeah.
or a mugging. You know, a hard
Mugging, I
gank.
think, is appropriate.
Yeah.
The first 4 levels have
DFM.
happened, V3. We were so happy, and now it's such a shame.
They can only keep up the momentum for so long, unfortunately, before DFM like, all right. Let's get back on page and let's get this moving. As UGO roaming up top, they're gonna look to dive Effie
This
here.
is pretty scary. The World Ender is available. Will be popped.
Yep. Here's Unica as well. Good juggle of the aggro, but not good enough as Effie will pick up 1, maybe going for 2.
Oh my
Why
goodness.
should I jump back? Oh no.
Too much.
He can't get away.
Too much.
He can't get away.
With ultimates coming through as a triple kill for Evie. I think a bit of a reassessment of conditions was needed. V3 a little too excited. And will pay once again. Hey, 15 kills in 7 minutes. I'm not worried, Crow. This is going to be an explosive game to finish in, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. If, you know, V3 didn't just tire themselves out already with that first 5 minutes of this game, hopefully they can get something coming back. But yeah, the dive definitely.
Yeah. Full health,
out
Aatrox, ultimate available. He's still healing on the in. Trims the wave ever so slightly. Yu-Gi-Oh comes in and the melee minions are pretty much dead already before he's able to make a move. Unica not quite there yet. When you get to pop the World Ender before anything comes through and start swinging, you know, it's not all successful, but Chains
that heal.
his strikes, chains his Qs through, and with the takedowns coming through, maybe should have died a little while ago, but the passive as well on top, more than enough for this Aatrox to deny the dive, and Steel just keeps the train going.
Man, perfect onslaught of shadows on the back half to make sure Yu-Gi-Oh gets feared forward as he will be taken out. And in the bot lane, once again, just scrapping. Hatel wants blood and he smells that he's going to get it. Now some supportal combat possibly between Harp and Hatel as Nope, Steel's coming in for the assist. Get that man some backup. Charge comes in. Hatel is pretty tanky and will be able to walk out as Unica not spotted on any wards coming through. There's a trap
Steel
there.
is out of mana. This feels like an
He's walking right into it. This horse going to the glue factory, you have to assume, as the pillar will deny his exit. Oh my goodness. Trundle Leona, baby, making it happen all across the map. Is back on the top side. 1v1. Evie diving under Washadai's tower. Just he can do what he wants. This is the world ender. Evie's back, and it's just very unfortunate for Washadai in this matchup.
Yeah, it's a bit scary. Devilman just completely taking Washadai to town. Hexdrinker more than enough to offer even the resistances. Forget the shield to put the Akali in a very precarious position. That early lead now completely evaporated. Unica maybe extending a little far here. He's completely on vision.
A little far, a lot of far. The traps will grab him. Pillar tries to smite Blue for some health. Won't really work out in his favor. Also uses the subjugate. So
that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah,
Udapon really doing well with the traps there. Just able to make it so difficult. Washi diving to ult to stay alive. Don't think he's going to stay alive much longer.
Nope. It's a guessing game. Evie's not good at whack-a-mole, unfortunately.
Yeah, what's in the box? Not Washi die today. Not Washi die. Oh, wow, Crow. All right, a quick reassessment.
Yes.
Never mind, no. More bloodshed.
Yeah, just the first dragon of the game going down at 10 minutes in is Hatel just wants to go in all the time, every time, as Steel's going to grab that. Ooh, that's a great setup. Dress code. He's going to drop as well. Dragon 2 kills.
Oh.
Nothing for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Not sure why Yu-Gi-Oh and Unica just decided they want the 2v4. Yaharong on the rotation here.
Yeah, a little late to the party. Will Yu-Gi-Oh have to flash immediately, getting out of dodge.
All right, we're seeing some more V3 gameplay, which was a little discoordinated, you could say. A little bit of miscommunication as they come together. And unfortunately, this is now DFM back in the driver's seat. V3 doing about as well as my throat right now. Really suffering. Really not doing well. They have enabled a high economy early game, but unfortunately, we recognized in draft that if DFM take it too fast, too far, they will have a bumpy time, but they may not lose the game. As that level 6 will always come through, and the lead that this composition will have, especially with the Realm Warp, with Udapon and Harp being so enabled, picks 1 and 2 at 10, 11 minutes. on this Caitlyn is really a sight to see. And with that, it's going to be so difficult for V3 to keep up with these rotations. We're seeing them get out of bot lane now. The full draw towards this Herald. V3 have an opening position, but Harp is waiting on the side.
Yep, and no wards behind them. It's looking like a 4v4, going to quickly turn to a 5v5 as it gets set up. Final spark comes out from Harp, and yeah, that's going to be Steel's Herald. Definitely DFM, more gold in their pockets, more items available, more power to them. Will take the full 5v5. There's already 2 down. With Yaharong flashing forward between 2 towers, the man is absolutely just playing to his strengths on this champion and gets himself a double as DFM clean up V3's attempt to try and take Herald for them, and just more gold. Look at all of the bounties available for them. Look at the stat line on DFM right now. They're just showing that the early game, very uncharacteristic for them. V3, like I said, a little bit tired out after all that high intensity gameplay. They just can't keep it up throughout the duration. Is Steel Unica?
He's aware. Sundra not enough to take down Steel, who's 2 levels above. A little bit much. All right, we highlighted Harp just before the fight. The vision comes across, undeniable. And with that, able to burst out the jungler pre-Herald takedown. The smite has to come through. Unica also gets the Herald onto his passive, so stays alive quite a long time. Should I having to ult away, but look at Ebby here. Is him able to tag up Dresscode and drag him back, even through Take to the Skies. So it was even a little bit more, just extra showmanship here from DFM. They find Hetel under the tower. Ebby's having such a good game. He's freshly buffed Aatrox, clearly really enjoying it. And another feather in DFM's cap. Pre-playoffs, more Malmortius first. No Akali blind pick is safe, it seems.
Definitely not. So if you guys are watching, don't blind pick the Akali. If you know there's going to be options up as Uchiyo, they're going to try and get onto Utapon. Nothing's going to happen from it, and they're all bunched up, corralled into one big death bucket as Steel gets the Onslaught of Shadows. Will run for his life. That will be a return from Washidai to get a kill onto him, but Utapon untouched on the back line, making this Caitlyn range work to the best of his ability. Will clean up 3 quick kills on the side for DFM, and Evie gonna take this 1v2 gladly. He says, please, I dare you to come at me. Pops the World Ender. Unica, bro, he's under your tower. Y'all can't do anything about it. Gets 1. Will go ahead and leave before the second, but here is Harp looking to land. Lands a light binding. Gonna push this wave in, and why should I? Not long for this world. Hexdrinker Shield is there for a little extra bit of defensive power, and that's just DFM closing it.
Never mind, it's endless, Crow.
Oh, baby. You're talking about your throat going to be raw, man. With how they're playing today, I might not make it through this morning. As once again, they do get an answer back. Hetel just, he sees champion, goes in on off rip every time. Zenith Blade off cooldown, I'm going to use it. It's so beautiful to see, but it's not working out in their favor all the time. As V3 trying to make something happen.
It's rough. I like the V3 on taking this completely lying down. They are still fighting back. There was a moment where we thought, oh, hey, it kind of looks over here with that 2v4 in bot, but they bring it back. They're still fighting, even if it doesn't look particularly good. Ebby living for 1,000 years under the tier 1 tower. And it does reek of a little disrespect from DFM. I think they are slightly screaming at officials. I think they are pushing the limits of what they can and can't get away with. It's a little bit of a struggle. It's DFM likely pulling this one together in a short fashion. I think the only way back in now is, as we saw in that last fight, a little overextension from Steel. Harp running forwards now. This is a little too much into the pillar. Those target access denial angles. Too much. Steel going deep. He doesn't want to repeat that last fight. He doesn't want to go too far and get picked off once again. You'll notice 3 of those bounties we spoke of previously are all gone. The DFM, even though it is a 13,000 gold lead, they're still bleeding the small advantages.
Yeah, really good on DFM. Just burning the Shurelias from Harp just to push V3 off the dragon area, get them out of that side of the jungle. They didn't even fight. Just
they didn't have to.
Running out, just them running at them menacingly was enough for V3 to say, you know what, we don't want this dragon. You're right, guys. So they're going to back up, and also Steel dropping Herald in bot to have that push, getting towers So just extra gold, extra income coming into DFM's pocket as they do have this 13K gold.
Oh, here goes
They're
Steel.
pushing on the door. Steel jumping in the backside. Everyone's dashing through. Final Spark doesn't really find anybody, but does not matter as DFM just have so much more gold, so much more item agency in their pockets as Yaharong will get onto Yu-Gi-Oh! We're talking about fast games here. It's 16 minutes in, and they're already on the inhibitor of V3's base. DFM, they're trying to smash some timings here going.
Difficult indeed. Difficult indeed. DFM, just take a quick exit here. No need to force the issue just so quickly. It's been a struggle for V3 this season. I don't think anyone can say otherwise. A team we thought looked pretty decent in Academy. They lose their superstar AD carry to the super team of the LJL. And then the other 4 members struggle to bring it together. It's not so bad right now. They've shown that they can even make the mightiest of the LJL bleed. And we'll look forward to whatever they take as a direction in summer. It's a bit of a lull state coming through. 3 minutes even before the Baron spawns, Crow. It's only 17 minutes and there are 34 kills on the board. DFM will rush forwards and gain control of the river. But, yeah. A little bit of a swan song, I think, for V3 this game.
Yeah, 34 kills already on the board, and 9 of them are V3s. That's what's
more
really
than I
impressive
thought.
here. That's a lot more than I thought would actually happen. As Herald number 2 will be going the way of DFM. Surely, I doubt V3 can actually contest this in any capacity. They're still trying to push out waves on the map. Yeah, this is
just 40,000 gold on a team. If we turn the lead off and stop thinking about it as 13 lead, 40,000 at 20 minutes or 17 minutes. Just completely insane.
To call it an absolute shellacking will definitely be, I would say a good descriptor for this game.
Yep.
And I just at this point, you just got to assume, V3, they're out of gas, they're low on gas and they need a jacket, as the song goes. So just watching them get deleted as Utapon from the other side. Snipe, take him down. Super Minions crashing on the Nexus Tower. Herald number 2 will be brought in. Okay, the fastest game of the split was like, what, 22 minutes?
Yeah,
It's
I think we're going to set it. After all that, if
goodness.
only we could have rift walked Shelly forwards as well.
Oh
Crash.
my goodness. Yeah, that wave is still there. No supers left.
Dancing Herald Crow?
Oh, maybe? No, one more hit. No.
Oh, Watch Your Dies.
Watch the Eye, don't you do it? Watch the Eye, don't you do it? They're gonna stun him up. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh walks up. They're trying to take out Shelly. She's still alive. The rest of the V3 is dying, and Shelly is still alive.
She's a queen. Don't you do it, minions.
Shattering their record. That's almost an ace, as it's only Unico to watch the rest of his base fall. And
there it is.
We got the Dancing Shelly. New record achieved, 1856 here in game number 3 of the day. Woo!
Oh boy. Well, we said it was either going to be a slow, relaxed waltz over the finish line or a absolute speed run. And while it wasn't the speed run I expected, it's a world record none the same.
Absolutely. Just oh my goodness. There's a good bit we could unpack there, I would say. First off, I just want to give MVP of the game to Hatel for that amazingly
completely 100%.
The chattiest of Leonas, just full sending it every time he could, just immediately. And
Dancing Shelly. Also,
Shelly,
what an absurd game to watch. If you've never seen the LJL before, you've come in at a moment in time where the team that has not looked close to winning a game since week 2, or very early on against a team that was also stuck in a huge rut, has managed to give us something else that we see a lot in the LJL, something unexpected, some poetry. They were completely out of it, but they still made DFM bleed. They were still proactive, and they still showed up on the day. And it's just so special to see, Crow.
Very special indeed. The fact that it was 5-5 at like 5 minutes 30 seconds was almost like, wait, are we sure this is the same V3? Like they're playing real hard right now, as they just ran out of gas, like it was unfortunate that they couldn't keep it up, because I did like that early game. Like if we got that early game V3 more often during the split, they might have been able to take a game, off of some of these middle of the pack teams like Hawks, maybe
They
off of
might have beat
Burning
Axis. I'm
Core,
not sure
maybe
I'd stretch to
Axis.
Burning Core.
On their best, maybe Burning Core. On their like, I would definitely say Hawks, maybe Axis getting up in those areas. But yeah, I just really liked what I saw for them. Like we said, no playoffs for them, no pressure, whatever. So they're just gonna do whatever they want to do, and it looked
Whatever they
good for a
wanted
little bit.
looked pretty good. We're going to kick it to a break. We'll be back with Brackish Brit in just a moment. See you soon, LJL fans.
Welcome back, everybody. And let it be said that although there was no point that it looked like V3 were going to win that game, they did not go quietly. Absolute fiesta of an early game, Crow.
Well, get the salsa, get the guacamole, get the maracas and the hats because it was quite the fiesta this morning in that early game. Just V3 full sending. Hetel, you're my hero. That was absolutely madness. Unica, that Leo Trundle combo, man, it's actually to be feared, but it's all right. Evie's here, Udapon showing up. DFM, business as usual.
Business as usual. Yeah, the early game was so exciting to watch. I really enjoyed it. Just as soon as Unica passed over that ward, and I was just like, oh, it's gonna happen, isn't it? It's bloodshed. It's all bloodshed. And in the bottom lane, they showed up. They weren't able to blast out Udapon, but with those 2 quick kills, we saw Hetel just turn into a juggernaut and decide that he actually wanted to fight everyone all the time. just roam it to mid, just keep it going round. And while it really didn't suit Yu-Gi-Oh, I think it was 05, not long after, it really showed that V3 didn't want to take it lying down against DFM. They weren't just going to go quietly. And yeah, I'd love to see it.
When your Leona gets double buffs, Hatel then perish. Rolling all over the map, having an absolute blast, and it was a blast to watch as well. Which is all. I mean, that was what basically what we were saying beforehand. It was either going to be an absolute fiesta bloodbath that would be fun to watch, or a 40-minute like super clinical, good fundamental game, but not necessarily the most interesting to watch.
Yeah, one of the two. There was even some clean macro moves from V3. It's really rare you get to highlight anything they do. So huge props to stacking the wave in top and trading kills for Washidai. That was almost a moment in which the Akali can overpower Aatrox and turn the matchup. And seeing that flip from the king of LJL top lane to Washidai, the rookie, it's just really special. It didn't work out in the end. DFM just sent another 2 people top and completely put the Akali in the ground. But there was a moment there where DFM could have struggled on a large macro scale. They'd already thrown away an engage. Steel had gone too far. And there was just a moment where you just thought, like, hang on a minute, there's an angle. This can be done. It just didn't happen today.
Yeah. Also, maybe not giving away a triple kill to the Aatrox under tower as soon as he hits 6. I don't think that was the best idea. But yeah, Evie just showing Washidai why he is king of the top lane, why he has sat on that throne for so long, and it was just good to have the dude back.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'm looking at DFM's other games for the remaining 3 days of the regular split, and I'm looking, and I'm not seeing an angle where they get knocked off the top spot. So I think we can safely say that they're, well, outside of some kind of monumental throw or cast a curse or whatever, that DFM should be locking top spot, their place in the Juggernaut match.
Yeah, I think even for sure, if they do drop, I think it's too much for the second of Sengoku and Rascal Jesters to find them now.
Yeah, speaking of Sengoku and Rascal Jesters, they will be playing after a break, but we've got a little bit of extra time. We can run this a little bit longer. The battle for the second Juggernaut match spot. Super close. Rascal 13-4, Sengoku 12-5. They play in a few minutes. If Sengoku win that, they even it up. And then they've got to play, they both play V3, so that's, well,
they
kind of a
play
formality.
Burning Core. I think one plays Axis, one plays Hawks. Can't remember which way around.
Yes, Sengoku plays Hawks tomorrow. And the Jesters play
Burning Core tomorrow.
So Jesters play against Burning Core, Axis, and V3.
Yes.
Sengoku play against Hawks, V3, and Burning Core. So it's Axis and Hawks as the matchup that's different for the two of those. And considering the trajectories of Axis and Hawks, that's a harder game for Sengoku.
Much harder. Much harder. 2 weeks ago, you'd have been like, well, that's 3 washes. That'll do.
Right.
But yeah, not the case right now.
All right. Let's throw it across to a break, I think. We've got a little while before the next game kicks off. So, the Juggernaut match, potentially deciding game, coming up in just a few minutes' time here on LJL OU. Do not go anywhere, because this game is almost guaranteed to be a certified banger, and you do not want to miss it.